Hi and welcome back to the channel. We're officially out of the house and moved into the van, and yeah, we're gonna be heading off on our first little adventure with the van today. So I get to drive this monster of a vehicle, and Bernice is just gonna give you a little bit of an update on what we're doing in our adventure today.
Hi guys! So today we're gonna go for a drive down to the Coromandel. It's like the lower part of the Coromandel. We're going to do a quick walk. It's about a 2-hour walk, I think. Might be a bit shorter, I'm not sure. But it's called the Windows Walk, and it's in an old mine and like a gorge, and it's supposed to be really pretty. And there might be a slight chance that we get to see little tiny glowworms. So that's something we're looking forward to. And then after that, we're gonna drive all the way to, I think it's Whangamata. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but we're gonna go stay there at a free campsite, or just a spot that we can park on the beach. It's supposed to be really, really pretty, and then we'll give you a quick tour of our new home. Arrived at Gorge, and we're just going to make a quick lunch, and then we're going to go for our walk and try and find some glowworms.
We have finished our lunch, so we're heading out to the trail. Let me just, such a high van for short people. Let's lock this baby up and let's go for a walk. So there's like a little opening there, which is the tunnel where you go in, and when you go into the tunnel there's these little carved out windows that the miners made to get some light into the tunnels. So this is why it's called the Windows Walk, because there's tiny little windows along the tunnel. Last time we were here, we found some glowworms in this cave, like right at the end. It's like pitch black, and if you switch off all the lights, you'll see tiny little blue lights. It looks like stars. We'll try and find them and see if we can get them on camera. These are the little worms, and those threads that are hanging there are basically used to catch a type of fly, I think it is, that they said. So when the fly flies into that, it basically pulls up that, and that's basically almost like a fishing line for them.
Yeah.
And they have these luminescent blue hue. So I'll insert some footage, although very crappy footage. I think let's switch off a light and see if we can get a bit of a view.
As you guys can see, we have arrived at our campsite. Things yesterday didn't go quite as planned. We had a bit of an accident with the drone. I crashed it into a wall. So our nice little walk turned into a bit of a drone rescue mission. But luckily we were able to recover it, so you'll still see some nice aerial shots from that. But we arrived at the campsite a lot later than anticipated, which meant we couldn't quite get the van tour in. But so I'm just going to run you guys through the outside of the van, and Benice is going to then give you a bit of an inside tour. So this is basically a Mercedes Sprinter van that's been converted into a camper van. It's a super single van, so it's got a nice long wheelbase, lots of space, nice and high. It's great. As short people, we get to stand upright, which is fantastic. The outside has been left very clean and basic. It's got a very nice awning at the top for those sunny days where you just want to sit outside underneath the shade a little bit. It's got a power connector over here, so you can hook it up if you're standing in a powered campsite. But we freedom camped last night, so there's no power. There are some public restrooms nearby, which was quite nice. And the best part is that this van has been equipped with a garage, which has already become a dumping site for all our gear. So in the back here, you'll see bed on top, and underneath this nice big storage space. It's got all the garage. It's got all the power and equipment in there, so everything's nice and set up. The van has also been equipped with some airbags that just sit on the suspension just to give you a bit of a firmer ride when it's loaded, so you just don't wobble around all that much. It's got quite a bit of power outlets at the back. It's got this nice slider, so although this is a mess, we can still get to everything, which is quite nice. Nice heavy duty slider. It's obviously got a grey water and clean water system, so the clean water is in here. We've got a pump to pump out the grey water when necessary, and yeah, it's quite a nice van. It's quite well equipped. Every time doing the wrong door first. Here we go, second time, got it. Yeah, so it's quite a huge van, nice and high. It's got a rear camera just to make reversing a little bit easier. Must say it's been quite a challenge. It's the first time I'm driving something this big. In South Africa you actually need a different class of license to drive a vehicle this size, but in New Zealand it's 100% legal. So yeah, really nice vehicle. Drives actually quite like a car, which is quite a surprise. But basically, let's get you inside and get Benice to give you guys the inside tour.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to our new home. I'll show you around. If you come in, this is like the cab area where we sit during our driving, obviously. The cool thing is the seats can like swivel around, so this one goes around and then it has a little table here to have breakfast or do some work on. The other one does the same but doesn't have a table. And then this is our basin area. It's got a tap with fresh water. Below here is our chemical toilet and our trash on this side, which is very handy for in case of emergencies. There's no bathroom close by. And then a cute little seat with a mirror, of course, because every girl needs a mirror when she gets ready. But then a little seat, and what's really nice about this, it's got a little table as well. So when you're done cooking, you can have a nice meal. Both me and Stefan can fit in here. I guess if you're a bit bigger, you won't be able to fit, but we fit in quite nicely, and we had breakfast this morning. And then there's a couple of drawers here where we put on our clothing. This is like the kitchen cooktop basically, and there's a little portable oven at the bottom you just take out from top. It's got a little extractor fan, more storage up here for food or whatever you need to put in there, and then a nice cool plug to plug in all your electronics, or if you have an electric kettle or whatever, but you do need to be like plugged in at a powered site to use this one. And then this is our giant fridge. It's It's nice, big and blue. One side is a fridge, one side is the freezer, and we can fit actually quite a lot of food in here, so we can stock up for at least a week and we don't have to buy anything. Yeah, and that's it. And then, oh yeah, forgot about the most important part, the bed. It's very nice and big. It's a queen size bed, so we fit in quite nicely. Because I'm so short, I can sit up straight. But yeah, it's so big, so comfy. We love it. We slept really well last night for our first van life night. And yeah, that's about it. That's the big van.
Yeah, and like Bernice said, if you're hooked up to a powered site, you actually do get a 220 volt system as well. So there's a number of outlets installed in the van, as well as this nice little aircon unit. So if you are plugged into a powered site, you can actually use the aircon, you can use the 220. But if you're not plugged into the site, everything else is basically 12 volt. So that's actually very, very nice, because you've basically got some comfort features if you're plugged into a powered site, and all the convenience or the necessities that you need when you're not, which is on the 12 volt system. Yeah, and this is basically our van that we'll be staying in for the next 3 weeks. 3 weeks it is. We're super excited. We're going to do some more touring. We'll keep showing you guys a bit more of New Zealand as we go along, and we'll definitely catch you guys on the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Very excited to show you guys more.
See you then.
See you then. Bye.